You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. So today, I'm kind of on like a Rhone kick, like wine kick. I've been getting a lot of wines from France just because I want to get out of my comfort zone and try new wines that I haven't tried before. So this right here would be exactly that. So this is a red blend from Rhone. And specifically, so this brand is called Pierre-Henri Morel. So this brand, Pierre-Henri Morel, was created in 2008 by a man called Michel Chapoutier. So Michel Chapoutier is like the most dynamic producer in Rhone. People know who this man is, and he literally buys vineyards left and right all over Rhone. So he's very well known over there. And also he loves Rhone, but he's also bought like vineyards in Champagne and Alsace, which is like two big wine regions in France as well. But regardless, he's known for doing that. So like he finds a piece of land somewhere that has really great, vines and potential to make great wines. He's like, yep, buy it. So when he bought this vineyard in 2008, it's about 20 acres. It's not that big compared to other vineyards. He had his commercial producer, aka Pierre-Henri Morel, this brand, this guy. It's a man's name, but it's also the brand name. He is like his commercial producer, so he's like the one running the show, especially for this specific brand. But it was created in 2008, and it's just basically like the grape varietals on that vineyard are Grenache, Syrah and Mourvèdre, which I hope I said that right. But those are like very popular grape varietals in the Rhone Valley, and anything and everything in Rhone most likely will have Grenache in it, just because that's like one of the most popular varietals there, and Syrah as well. So this one specifically is a blend of Grenache and Syrah. They didn't have the percentages on here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, they didn't have the percentages on here, and I couldn't find it online. So we don't know if it's more predominant on the Syrah side or Grenache side, but we can find out when we taste it. But regardless, I thought it was really interesting. So this is from a place in, it's like the appellation of where this specific wine was made is called Signargues. I hope I said that right. It's spelled Signargues. And it's from the Cotes du Rhone villages. That's like the area, the village within the appellation Signargues is where this wine was created. And the brand name or label name is Pierre-Henri Morel. So it's a 2020 vintage. It was recommended to me, and I have high hopes for it. This was, I believe, $16 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $15.99 at Total Wine. So we're gonna see if this is a red blend dream or if it's a red blend disaster. Stay tuned on Sip and Grow and you'll find out. No, I'm just kidding. Well, like, not kidding about staying tuned, because yeah, you'll find out if I like it or not. But like, you know, you're literally watching this episode right now, so you're gonna find out in like a couple of minutes. Dude, these things today have been not on my side. Not on my side. I would say one of the things I hate about opening wines is these little papelitos at the top. They're just not my cup of tea. Also, I've been cut by one before. Yeah, while I was doing a tasting. Actually, this happened to me 2 weeks ago. I was doing a tasting. While I was setting up, I opened my first bottle of, well, as I'm opening the first bottle of the 4 that I was tasting, this paper, it's giving me a hard time, so I have to, like, you know, dissect it like if I'm in surgery. And I mean, I'm kind of being lazy. I didn't do it the right way, but like, that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the fact that as I was taking it off, I didn't realize, but it cut me. So it was aggressive with me, aka it chose violence. And I'm writing in my notes, you know, like after I opened everything, I'm writing in my notes, the tasting notes before I because usually I taste the wine before when I open it to make sure it's not corked. And then also if I haven't tried the wine, which in that case I hadn't tried any of those wines, I write my tasting notes so that I can describe it to people correctly. And as I was doing that, there was blood on the paper. And I was like, sir, why are we bleeding? And I realized the paper cut me. And I had to, and it was coming out like a faucet of blood. I had to call someone in the store and ask them for a Band-Aid, because I usually have in my purse, but that night, of course, I didn't have one. And it was like a really bad paper cut, which is the worst kind to have, because I feel like paper cuts are worse than anything else. Like, I think being stabbed with a knife might be better than like a paper cut. That's exaggerant, but like, maybe not. But I legit had to get a Band-Aid from one of the workers there because it wouldn't stop bleeding. And I was like, well, I can't serve wine like this, because people are going to be like, why is there blood in my wine? Blood of Jesus? No, I'm just kidding. Too far. Anyways, let's pour it up. Ooh, first of all, this color, I love it. It's kind of like, so it's a 2020 vintage. Let me see on my paper real quick. Sorry, dude. This is the second time today where I almost break a glass. It kind of has like a garnet rim to it, but it's still on the like plum color side of it. It just has like a little rim of garnet. So usually when wine gets like more into the garnet color, it means that it's aging. And I mean, this is a 2020 vintage, so it's on point for how it looks on here. Okay. What are we smelling? So immediately I get like that peppery smell that I usually get, like leather, pepper. Dude, I feel like all French wine to me have the same underlining smell. And I know, whatever, hopefully in a couple of years that'll change. The more I taste French wines and the more I know about French wines, but like this has like very strong like leather, pepper notes to it on the nose. And I'm even getting like dark chocolate. I'm not even getting like a lot of fruity notes in here. So let's see. Let's try it. Okay. I definitely feel like it's more on the Grenache side than the Syrah side, just because from my experience with Syrahs, which I love Syrahs, a Syrah is like, a good Syrah is chef's kiss. Which one of my favorite ones is from Anthill Farms in California. That was like probably one of my favorite California Syrahs that I've tried. But this one, I feel like it has more of the Grenache. Or, yeah, I feel like it's, I don't know the percentages, but I feel like it's like 60% Grenache, 40% Syrah, just because it like goes down, it goes, first of all, it goes down very smoothly. It's medium bodied. It has like that deep plum taste to it, but there's not a lot of like, tannins are present, but they're not harsh on the tongue. So it's almost like everything is just like very soft and velvety on the tongue. And I almost feel like it's more like when you taste it, it's more on the fruitier side of things versus like the tannic side of things, if that makes sense. Hold on. But tannins are present because it like lingers on your tongue but goes down smoothly. So it's almost like a Chianti. Yeah, like a Chianti Classico, but like young Chianti Classico that's not too harsh on the throat. Kind of like a mix between a Chianti Classico and a Taurasi, which is like one of my favorite wines, but it's not as harsh on the tannins as those wines tend to be. So I really like that. But if you're like into like a medium bodied, like red fruit note, red wine, that goes down velvety almost on the texture, this is a good go-to wine. Again, it's $16. It's $15.99 at Total Wine. It's from Rhone. It has a really cool story and background to it. I think my rating for this would probably be a 8.5 out of 10. I think it's just like a really good price point, and I guess like another good one to compare this to would, no, it's not a, to me it's more of a Chianti and a Taurasi mixed together. That, or maybe maybe a Barolo. Yeah, but it's not Barolo, but like it's kind of similar to a Barolo. But I feel like it's more like a Taurasi with a Chianti Classico mix. But yeah, I don't know. And another thing, crazy story, actually. I just saw this and I forgot to tell you guys. We're here now and I'm gonna tell you. But I actually, so this is a wine key from Santa Julia, which is a very big producer in Spain that I actually went to and visited and did the whole tour, the whole shebang, because my cousin Isela, shout out Isela and John, love you guys. They got married in Valladolid, which is like a town that's like an hour away from Madrid. And one of the things for their like bridal parties that they did, for the bridal party and the groom's party that they did, was they had us tour this vineyard, which was amazing. So I loved like this, the memory behind this wine key was like chef's kiss, right? I loved using this opener. I would use it on my podcast. I would use it anywhere I went. And like one day it just disappeared. And I was like, Lord, Jesus, universe, spirits, whatever, what happened? So I was so sad because I thought I lost it. I thought I lost this bad boy. And I went through everything looking for this left and right in my room, in my purses. I change purses often. So like I have a work purse, but like when I go out, I have different purses that I use, or like when I'm off the clock, like I just use a bunch of different purses because I'm a purse girly. We love our purses. And I was so sad because I had come to the conclusion that I lost this. And it was just a very sad moment. But like a couple of days ago, I was like, you know what? Like, whatever, it's fine. Like, it is what it is. I just have to get another one. And I guess I have to go back to Spain and do the whole tour again so that I can get this wine key, which it's just like, it's an excuse to go back. But regardless, I was just like sad about it. And all of a sudden, like I had to, so backstory, my parents are remodeling the entire house. Yes, I still live with my parents. And in my room, they're basically like remodeling all the windows in the house. Let me just rephrase that. So in like a week or two, we're gonna have guys come into our house and kind of just change all the windows to hurricane-proof windows. So I had to rearrange my entire room so that it's like the windows are easily accessible. So I kind of went on that adventure, to say the least, this weekend, which is kind of nice because now my room is very different and like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in a new space, which is really nice. But as I did that, I was like clearing out one of my bags, and lo and behold, I found this bad boy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for you. I thought I lost you. I had like a whole moment with this wine key. But I started laughing because I came down to the conclusion that, like, first of all, this is a material thing. Like, it's like, it's not that important. Like, it is important because it has sentimental value because of the story behind it. But like, I can get a billion of these just as good or better because this is just a branded wine key. It's not even like top-notch wine key. But the moral of the story is that, like, a lot of times we are so focused on like finding the thing or getting what we want. In this case, I wanted to find my wine key. But as soon as I like released and let go of like control of like finding it, and I just accepted the moment for what it was, in the sense of like I accepted the fact that I lost this wine key and I was never gonna I was never gonna get it back. And I was like, you know what? If I lost it, if I lost it, like, it's fine, like, whatever, we'll get another one. But the moral of the story is, like, when you release things and you're just like, you know, at the end of the day, like, this happened for a reason. If it's, you know, if I'm not gonna find it, or if it's not meant to be, like, whatever, it's not meant to be. But as soon as I released it fully and, like, stopped looking for this thing is when I found it. Because I had already accepted the fact that, like, it was never going to be in my life again. And then a couple of days later, boom, lo and behold, in one of my bags that was like, honestly, I didn't even know how I found it, because it was like in a cooler bag in the little pocket in the front. And then I remembered why it was in there, because I had gone to the beach one time and I like had filmed an episode on the beach with my friend Cynthia, and I had put it in there, but I never took it out. So it was there the entire time. And this was at the beginning of the year when I put it there, when I filmed that episode. So I was just like, the universe and God strikes again. Because at the end of the day, like, when you release control over certain situations or wanting to have it, like, your way, or wanting to like find something or do something, is when you're gonna truly see if like that thing is for you or not. And this is just like the bigger picture of things, right? But like, it's kind of like, so I'm reading this book called The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch, I believe is his name. And one of the things in one of his chapters, I actually read this last night. In one of the chapters, he talks about how brick walls are there for a reason, and they're there to show you, it was like, they're there to show you basically if like the situation is for you or not, or they're also there to show you like if you really want it or not, right? So like, a lot of times in life we come to like brick walls or like stop signs, or, you know, obstacles that we think we want, and in some cases it shows you that you do really want it, and like you're gonna persevere and overcome these obstacles, right? But in other cases, it's like it shows you to kind of like release control, or release, you know, having attachments to certain things, in order to see if it's truly meant for you. Because when you release that control, or when you release, well, bye-bye cork, flew away. When you release control, or when you release an attachment to something, you're gonna truly find out if like that is something that is meant to stay in your life, or is really not meant to be in your life. And I feel like there's so much freedom and peace in that. And it just took me losing my freaking wine key to come to that conclusion. But anyways, let me know what you think of this wine. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you get to try this wine. And if you do, please let me know what you think of it. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode. And as always, I will be drinking the rest of this wine tonight. And I hope you drink your wine tonight as well. Cheers.